The Carolina Panthers, a team I was way too high on entering the season, but at least they didn't give me hope I'd be right for long. This team was abysmal. From top to bottom, the offensive line, the defense, front office, ownership, and head coaching. Frank Reich was hired after the 22 season, but was fired before the 23 season was even done. Frank Reich didn't even get a full season with the Carolina Panthers. And that's a guy I consider a good head coach. They had 2 wins all season long. They had the worst record in the league, and they don't even have their first round pick this season, trading it to the Chicago Bears to go up and draft Bryce Young. Now, I was high on Bryce Young coming out of college, and I still am high on him to an extent. My fear is the Carolina Panthers are going to ruin Bryce Young. And truthfully, I don't think they will have much success overall. This is a team that has issues, and I don't think a good head coach in hiring is going to fix it. I think this team needs someone to go up to ownership and tell Dave Tepper to back off, to get away from the football operations. They need a guy like Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith went into the Houston Texans and told them how to run it. They got rid of Jack Easterby. McNair was pushed out of it. Lovie changed the Texans for the better. And you look at the Houston Texans, they're in the playoffs. They have a franchise quarterback in C.J. Stroud. They hired D'Amico Ryans. They are in a great spot. But they weren't in a great spot when Lovie got there. So with what they need to do is they need to find a guy to go up and tell Dave Tepper to back off. And there's not many guys who I think are willing to take this job and do it. Eric Bieniemy would probably be the best possible option. I don't think he would tolerate David Tepper telling him what to do and how to do it. But I don't think he would take the Carolina Panthers job. Even though he hasn't had a head coaching job yet, he knows if he took the Panthers job, he possibly doesn't get another one ever again in his career. So who is the guy that can come in and just change the Panthers' way they function as a team? Even if it's just for one season, and we're having this conversation again in the next offseason. I think it's Wink Martindale. Wink has a history of coaching good defense in the NFL. There's some defensive talent on this Panthers team, but mainly Martindale would have to come in and change the team. They'd change the structure, how it's run from a day-to-day option. Wink Martindale is one of the best defensive coaches in the NFL, but he's getting fired because he disagreed with Coach Brian Daboll and had his issues with him. That's a team that went to the playoffs last year. The Panthers have not gone to the playoffs in many, many seasons. He is someone who will come in and change everything from the ground up. Now, Dave Tepper will try to get his hands involved. He probably does not want to hire a guy who will tell him to zip it, to get in his lane, whatever you want to say. But the options are very limited for the Panthers because this is not a job people want, and this is not a job someone's going to take knowing they're risking never getting another head coaching opportunity in the NFL. I'm sorry, Panthers fans, for not selling hope and optimism, but I think you can understand why, because the one objective that needs to happen is get David Tepper out of operations. If that happens, this could be the best head coach hire of the entire cycle, even if he's only there for one season.